I, 24 male, am a public figure that is concerned with entering the dating scene. For context, I've been single for the last year after breaking up with my ex-girlfriend. I was pretty down about it for a hot minute, but I figured I'd just do my own stuff and stay single. I feel like I'm ready to enter the dating scene, but I am concerned with my public profile. I don't want to dox myself, but I'm a professional athlete for a well-renowned team on the west coast of the US. With that said, I am concerned with meeting girls that may take advantage of me due to my current status as a public figure. I'm also concerned about the power balance of dating and eventually entering a relationship with a girl that may not be in the same financial level. My primary concern is that my current position will attract girls that may not really care about me, but rather my status or financial standing. I am also concerned about the potential imbalance that the girl could feel. On the flip side, I also want to protect myself from a potential false accusation that can occur if things don't pan out and how potential ex could feel vindictive afterwards. I bring this up because of some of the things I've seen with guys from other teams dealing with, and just in general the news that can happen in the current climate. I've had a few different dates that went relatively well over the past month, but I didn't feel like anything meaningful and kept my options open to the dating scene. I think the last thing that is also worth bringing up is that I'm constantly traveling for much of the year and only really have stable time around the summer and early fall. To sum it up, how do you think I should maneuver around the dating scene with the aforementioned concerns I raised?
Okay, well, first and foremost, he has something that not a lot of guys, no offense, have, which is self-awareness. I think he is very self-aware of himself and his issues and like his strong points, his weak points, and he knows what he wants, which I think is
rare.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I think it's very rare. However, I think he kind of has a very, I don't want to say negative mindset, but like he's going into it with all of the problems and putting all of his problems out there, which is concerning because like he said, he's seen it go bad in his friends' directions. But it's like you could also use it to your advantage and be like, I know exactly what I want and I'm going to be able to find that, because it's like there's no ifs, ands, or buts with me. Like you have to fit the mold or not. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a perfect person out there. I mean, I'm looking for an athlete, not for the wrong reasons. I'm single, but I think he can find the right person to fit that mold for him. But maybe stay away from dating apps. I know they work.
Yeah.
Clearly. But like maybe try meeting people out in public, which I think is like a rare thing to do nowadays, going out in public and meeting people in public.
I know, it's hard.
What do you think?
I think my first thought was like, okay, celebrity matchmaker, if you're that concerned about whatever. But then I'm like, okay, but the girls that go to those celebrity matchmakers, I'm like, maybe that's not right. So then I'm like, I think honestly, like Hinge or like a dating app that's not so like Tinder hookups, but don't put a single picture of you playing a sport.
But have you met a woman before?
Google creeping.
Yeah, of course. I will literally see where their pants are from and then like stand outside the store and like look for guys that look like them. Not that I've done that before, but I am a girl. Clearly. And I have friends and we do some investigative work on Hinge. Also, you don't want to, this is where it gets difficult because you don't want to like lie about your lifestyle, because I think that can also get you into like a lot of trouble.
True.
I would say he doesn't want somebody who's in the same business as him. He doesn't want a gold digger. Maybe go to like a yoga class, like go where somebody like doesn't have a lot of ego.
That's such a good point.
I just like made a stereotype about yoga people that they don't care about egos, but go to a place where it's like maybe there's like some fitness involved, not a lot of ego involved, and meet somebody mutually that way. Or I think an amazing idea would be like a friend of a friend. So if you have a teammate who is married to like a great girl and it worked out for their situation, everybody's situation is different, but maybe be like, hey, like, does she have any friends that like obviously aren't gold diggers and crazy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like the ideal situation. Like, especially if you have a guy that's been like on your team that's dating his high school sweetheart. And like,
Yeah.
you know that guy's got a good girl who's with him for the right reasons. I'm sure she's got some nice friends.
Yeah. Also, like in business, I know you're not supposed to like hook up with coworkers, but it happens every day. But like maybe there's somebody like on the business side of the NFL team, or like an advertiser that comes around that like knows the industry but like isn't intimidated by the industry, is around super powerful people and is a powerful woman herself. Maybe that could work out for him.
I think that's a good idea. And that's like what some of the comments said too.
Yeah.
Like the top one on this is find someone independent with an established career. They won't need you around constantly and will have their own finances and not be so concerned with yours.
That sounds like me.
Yeah. Like,
So like I'm here. You know that on Kardashian?
we'll send him a message for you.
Yeah, on Kardashian, she's like, I'm dropping hints that I'm single. And then it's like a clip of her being like, I'm single. That's me on this podcast. But no, yeah. It's a difficult situation, but it's not impossible.
No.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you're not actually ever going to truly avoid it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just avoid it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you're going to meet those people, figure it out quick, and move on. But I think what you said is smart. I think friend of a friend or an introduction is a great way to do it. Otherwise, you just got to meet people. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to find the wrong people until you find the right one. So
Noted.
like, you can't just hold yourself back from dating just because you're scared of meeting someone who's going to take advantage of you. You just got to go for it. Otherwise, you're going to waste all this time.
I'm like, okay.
You're not going to avoid it.
Wise words.
Yeah.
I think the yoga one was a good idea. I actually have a couple of friends that went to like a random yoga class at a small studio here in LA. And my friend Sarah walks in and she's like, Alejandra, that's Usher. Or Ursher. He goes by, his name is Ursher. She goes, that's Ursher. And Alejandra was like, no, it's not. And so he ended up like putting his mat out next to them. And during the class, the yogi teacher was like, introduce yourself to your neighbors. And so Alejandra turns to him and she goes, hi, I'm Alejandra. And he goes, Ursher. And she looks at Sarah and she goes, you were right.
Okay, that is a piece of information that I'm not going to stop thinking about for a little bit. The fact that Usher does Downward Dog is like wild. But
She said he was so good.
I can see that. I've also heard that he's like very, very sexual, like almost like a sex addict. I think that was like a rumor I heard on the 5th grade bus. There's some like 5th grade bus rumors that like are ingrained in my memory.
Just haunting you.
Just haunting me. And they're all so false. And I'm like, I wonder where that started. Maybe Reddit. I think it probably started on Reddit.
But aren't you not supposed to talk to people in a workout setting? Isn't that a big no?
Well, maybe like walking out or walking in. He's just like standing at the door. Like that might be creepy.
Yeah,
You
guess.
see, I don't know the approach. I just know the destination.
Yeah, I think honestly, workout studio might be the best bet because the more I think about this, I used to go to Cycle House here in LA with Jessica Alba all the time. She was at my class all the time.
That's not intimidating at all.
It was really motivating to have her, like, she always was like a bike, like upper row and then left or right. So it was like, I'm like, if Jessica Alba just had a baby and she's pedaling, like, I can fucking pedal too.
Yeah. You will never catch me in a fitness studio. But if he wants to, slide in, go right ahead.
Okay, we'll message him for you.
Perfect.
There's also like just one last note though too, because like Drake and the hot sauce condom issue came up recently.
Did you see what I said about that?
No.
I think that Frank's Red Hot needs to do an ad campaign, like a super, super sexy ad campaign with 2 hot people in the bedroom, like feeding each other the hot sauce and be like, how to spice up the bedroom the right way at Drake.
That's amazing.
I don't think they've listened to me.
Let's send some emails.
Yeah, of
Because that's
course.
genius. But
I like that.
I
like that.
That's great. Yeah. So this guy, you can't be too careful. I mean, if Drake is gonna get hot sauced.
Yeah. Now, whenever I'm on a date, I like look around their house. I'm like, there's hot sauce here.
That's why you gotta.
I show up to the guy from the NFL's house. I'm like, where's the hot sauce?
Oh my God.
I don't know why. Like, I hear a lot of guys like flushing condoms. Like, we talked about this. Like, a lot of guys would like flush condoms.
And we're worried about like plastic straws.
Yeah, exactly.
People are flushing condoms.
Don't
That's
even-
the real issue.
Don't even get started. We just had a tampon gate on this podcast actually about like girls flushing tampons. So
Okay.
I've been guilty.
Yeah.
You flushed a condom before?
No,
I have,
tampon.
yeah. No, no. Actually, no. Well, maybe.
And so I thought about this. I'm like, I have like the tie technique. So I just like, after you slide it off, you stretch it back out and then you like wrap it around your hand like the balloon, like you tie a balloon and then tie it. But then I'm like, all someone that's like trying to get themselves pregnant has to do is like pop a hole and then squirt it in their cooch. So
Okay.
I like the hot sauce, honestly.
No. Hot sauce is dope too. Or like wasabi, you know, you can switch up your spices.
You just need to be sure.
Paprika.
You just like got to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe don't hook up the first time you meet someone.
Okay.
Learn their
It
tricks.
depends.
Yeah. Oh, God.